Yo. What's up?
Nothing much.
How's Reggie?
Good. Sinuses are a bitch.
Sinuses are a bitch.
Remedy.
What are you drinking on?
Bullet?
Oh.
Yeah.
I do have some things in here that can help with that. So yeah. Definitely a good thing. If you have the sinus issue. What's going on, dude?
Nothing much. Ready to talk about
Welcome
basketball
to another episode of the Armchair Waterboys podcast. I'm Sean B. as always. Reggie Brown here as always, except for last time. That's okay. That's all right. March Madness. More like March Disturbance. We'll talk about that in a minute. Lots going on. Dude, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired.
I really didn't want to ask why you only got 4 hours of sleep.
I pulled up. Oh, no. I'm just gonna put on my happy glasses here. We're gonna be good to go. Dude, this basketball tournament, I don't even know where to start. Like when we talk about like I posted something on Facebook yesterday, kind of wondering what everybody else was thinking. A couple people thought, yeah, it is kind of vanilla, kind of boring, not much going on. And then of course we got a little dinger from the worldwide leader there. But a couple people thought, this is the way it should be. It should be all the good teams getting through. Everybody had their chance, but now the good teams are through. What do you prefer? Do you prefer a tournament with a good Cinderella story or?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, everybody loves a Cinderella story.
Like how we were talking about it, the whole Colorado thing.
Yeah,
I was loving it.
I was loving
like, come on, because I didn't fill out any of my brackets until that play-in game was over.
Right.
Because I wanted to see if they won. Because I'm like. There wasn't a doubt in my mind they weren't going to beat Florida if Colorado made it through.
Right. I was on the train. I was like in Dustin We Trust. So when I filled out my bracket, I just put play in winner. Like it hadn't even been decided. I was like, it's going to be Colorado because Dustin said so.
Yeah,
and
did.
You know what I mean? They gave Marquette all they could handle. That 100-102 game against Florida was amazing to watch. So much fun to watch. I mean, no defense whatsoever, but fun to watch. That was not even an overtime game. A lot of people thought that was an overtime game. No. That was 102 to 100 in regulation in a college basketball game.
It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll get to the bracket in a minute and how far that's gone. Something popped up on my phone this morning, and I got really excited because I want to talk to you about it. You're a football guy. We're all big football. I think everybody's a football guy.
America's sport, man.
That's right.
Non-American not to be.
I agree. But the new kickoff rule that the NFL approved today. NFL approves a kickoff rule that is it exactly what the XFL does?
Yes, it is. It's pretty much exactly what the XFL does. Yeah.
Okay, so you got a kicker on his own 35.
Yeah.
The kickoff team is up on the opposing team's 40 with the receiving team on their own 35. And then one or two returners, whichever you choose, back to return. Basically, of the 22 guys on the field, 19 of them are 5 yards apart on the kicking teams or on the receiving teams, 40 and 35.
Yeah, and they can't move until the ball after the ball's been kicked.
I think it's until the ball's in the returner's hands. Yeah, I'm gonna read this because I pulled it up right before we started. I'm learning this as we go. Under the new rule, 10 players on the kicking team and at least 9 players on the receiving team will line up just 5 yards apart and won't begin running until the ball gets back to the returner. Meaning players won't be going full speed when they crash into each other, which caused so many injuries on kickoffs in past years. Of the 22 players on the field, only the kicker and one or two kickoff returners will line up separately from those players who are 5 yards apart. So the kicker will kick the ball from his own 35-yard line. 10 of his teammates will line up on the other team's 40-yard line. The receiving team's 9 or 10 blockers will line up on their own 35-yard line. The kick must land between the 20-yard line and the goal line. This is different. The kick must land between the 20-yard line and the goal line. A kick that either goes out of bounds or lands short of the 20 will be awarded to the receiving team at the 40-yard line. So now, like, what do they call that when you kicked it out of bounds? Illegal procedure.
Illegal procedure,
yeah. Illegal procedure is now also, if it's short of the 20, it's also like an illegal procedure penalty. That's crazy.
Oh, okay. I was just watching a video about of the XFL, what it actually looks like. So, can't return the ball until
they touch it.
You can't move until the receiver touches the ball.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, just looking at this video on my phone, I'm like, what?
A kick that goes into the end zone for a touchback will go out to the receiving team's 30-yard line. So it was 25.
Yeah.
Now it's out to the 30. That's crazy.
Kicker's gonna have to be.
That's crazy. Where's your head on rule changes? I don't like rule changes.
No, I don't. And the main reason why I don't, like I said, here at some point, the NFL is just literally going to be what we did back in our heyday. Flag football. Yeah.
Flag football. With pads. They'll be allowed to hit still, I hope.
We hope.
But
I mean, okay, the hip tackle rule they just said they're taking out now.
Yeah.
The drop hip tackle. Yeah.
It just and I understand it from a business standpoint, like for insurance purposes.
Yeah.
But what on earth, like, this is what made the game so popular, is that it's relatively violent.
Yeah.
And there's a line to draw, right? Like, everybody that's playing the game has agreed to play the game. But from the NFL standpoint, their insurance gets so expensive every time somebody gets crushed.
Yeah.
That it becomes a money game. And I hate insurance too, right? Like, I don't want to pay those premiums, especially if you're covering a whole bunch of guys. I mean, 53 times 32 is a whole lot of fucking people. If you're covering all those guys, you've got a plan to cover all those guys, and they play just a sport that is violent by nature. Yeah.
What would that be? 1,500 players?
50 times 32. Yeah, 1,500 and 1,500. 1,600.
1,600? Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 1,600.
Hell, that's just rosters. That's not even.
That's just saying that you're not even talking about your practice squad guys. No. All these guys that are union guys, but it's unreal. Other than the kicker and returners, no player may move until the ball either touches the ground or is fielded by a returner. So now, will there be an indicator? And again, I've not seen this in the XFL, but will there be an indicator of to everybody on the line if the ball, when that happens?
Yeah.
When the ball's caught or when the ball touches the ground?
There would have to be.
I mean, will there be some sort of indicator?
Because, the kicking team, they already got that advantage because once that ball goes up, they can see it.
I'm guilty. Like, I've been caught now. I've never watched an XFL game. I've never watched, even as good as that St. Louis team got when they were selling out the TWA Dome or whatever the hell it's called now.
I've never.
Where the Rams played.
Yeah, every once in a while when it was on. Here, but no, not like I'm watching the NFL game. No.
Yeah. Again, they just merged, right, with the USFL.
Yes.
To make a United Football League. Are we finally getting a true minor league for football? And if so, will that impact the rule where people have to be out of high school 3 years to enter the NFL draft? Hey. Because with the emergence of the G League in the NBA, I don't think they should be making kids go to college anymore.
No.
I mean, I hate what it's done to college basketball. I hate what that combined with NIL's done to college basketball. To me, if these kids want to go get paid right out of high school, let them go. Let them go. And that's up to the organization at that point if they want to pay them or not. Not necessarily up to some rule that just keeps a kid from doing this for arbitrary reasons. I'm sure they've got their reasons, but so are we getting a true minor league football? And the reality is, like, it's such a different, like, the NFL is such an exclusive league that there's no way
league of its own.
There's no way the USFL or the UFL or whatever it is, the competition is anywhere near.
No, not even
what is going on, on Sundays.
I mean, you'll have your players showing out here and there, but
you'll have guys showing out.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about in the trenches though. In the trenches, you've got just a very, very exclusive select group of guys that can play down there in the NFL.
Yeah.
And that can battle down there in the NFL. You got no Derrick Henrys.
No. In
the UFL. You don't have a one.
No.
You don't have a guy in the UFL that's that hard to tackle.
Hell no.
However,
if you did, why is that dude there and not in the NFL?
Right. But comparatively, you don't have Aaron Donalds either in the UFL. So you may have a guy who is Derrick Henry-esque in the UFL, but how hard would that be to gauge? Like, does that translate to the NFL game? I'm sure somebody's dominant in the UFL and somebody needs a running back. Give the guy a shot. But I don't know. That's just interesting to see how it all comes together. But now that the rules are going to be similar, because I think the kickoff rule was really the big difference in the XFL and NFL game.
That was the
kickoff rule.
Only thing that I really seen that was different.
That makes a difference as far as gameplay goes.
Yeah.
And that really only applies to kickers. I mean, now kickers have, to me, an added challenge.
Yeah, they got limited range to put the damn football.
And I mean, it's not hard to get the ball past the 20 for these NFL kickers. That's not a big deal. But with the way guys are lining up and not being able to move, is dropping a ball right outside the goal line. Is that even a tactical move now? Because if a guy catches the ball, say on the 2-yard line, he's 33 yards away, 38 yards realistically away from any defender, and a wall of 9 guys in between them.
And while they change it for people getting hurt, you got that. Now that returner,
he's got 30 yards.
Yeah,
to just build steam.
And literally, you can run into a brick fucking wall.
Right. So,
or you're just gonna sit back and dance around and see if a hole opens up somewhere.
Right. And with the touchback now coming out to the 30, are you less? I mean, when it was at the 20, it wasn't a big deal. Just boot the ball out of the back of the end zone. They have to go 80 yards. We're talking about 10 extra yards of field position, which in a game of inches matters a lot.
Fuck. Seen that.
In a game of inches matters a lot. So,
I mean, I can see that having to where more points will be scored.
Right.
Just better field position.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes. NFL major rule change. I do not like major rule changes. I just don't. I especially hate it in baseball, and that's all baseball's done for the past 10 years is put in rule changes.
Yeah.
But now it's happening in the NFL. Again,
every year.
I get the business aspect of it. I mean, every year a rule change happens of some sort. This is a major rule change. This is completely just changing the game, period. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if I love it. I mean, I don't know if I have a choice. I don't know if I love it. But, other than that, Caitlin Clark's coming to the Fever. So, full disclosure.
That was a pretty close game for them last night for a minute, too.
Yeah, for Iowa.
Yeah. I mean, it got to the point where I'm watching the game. Seriously, no bullshit. I was like, don't give her the ball.
What do you mean?
It's just, it got to the point where she just kept shooting threes and she was not hitting anything.
Well, that's why it was a close game.
And that's why I'm like, don't give her the ball. Let the other team do work. And they did.
She hadn't activated Caitlin mode. She didn't need to.
No, she didn't.
She didn't need to. She didn't need to switch it on.
No, it just got to the point where drive, get fouled, your free throw is automatic. You don't need to shoot no more threes.
Right. I was, full disclosure, when you pulled up, I was in my car watching Indiana Fever videos.
Yeah.
Like familiarizing myself with this brand of basketball. Because I'll admit, I've not been much into women's basketball. I just haven't.
Yeah.
And now, this absolute phenom is coming into the league.
Saving women's basketball. And
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love every bit of it. I love that I'm going to end up at Fever games this summer. I love that this sport is finally getting that face that it deserves. And a lot of people have been deserving to be that face. There's been a lot of deserving women that have come through the WNBA. There's a bunch of in there right now. Your Breanna Stewart's, your Sabrina Ionescu's.
Candace Parker. Tamika Catchings up in the Fever front office now. But for whatever reason, Caitlin has kind of elevated herself to this next level of person coming into the league. Yeah. And it's made waves. Oh yeah.
We're gonna have sold out WNBA games.
Sick.
And I'm so jacked. I'm so jacked for the women that work hard and play the sport that are ultimately league wide going to make more money in the long run.
Yeah. I think I even heard also too, like opposing teams when she shows up.
Yep.
Or their ticket sales are already going up.
Absolutely. And it's cool to see something, and this is only the beginning.
Oh yeah.
This is the beginning, It's just like I look at it like the early 80s, like where Michael Jordan comes on the scene, Larry Bird's there, Magic Johnson's there. All those battles that made people want to watch this game. When Angel Reese comes into the WNBA, Angel Reese and Caitlin about to go toe-to-toe for a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
For a long time. You got this shit right here and this shit right here. Like, it's going to be, it's going to be fun. And it needs it.
Oh, yeah.
It has to happen. And it is finally happening.
And my biggest thing is, everybody looked at this. I just hated that at that time when they were doing their whole getting each other, going at each other, why did it have to become a black and white thing?
That's media,
I'm like,
dude.
What the
That's
fuck?
Media,
I'm like,
bro.
dude, that's just two badass women playing basketball.
That's media being dumb.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Media
really?
being
Why?
absolutely
Why?
dumb, dude. Because it's the easiest way to get people to watch. It's the easiest way to get clicks.
Watch, talk about it. Yeah,
they're gonna look, I'll put this up there, just for fun. They're gonna look right at us and see, a black guy on one side and a white guy on the other. Gonna be like, what are they doing? What are they doing in there? You know what I mean? With the side by side, having a conversation is what we're doing. Not about that at all, because it's just not the direction that we have. We'd like. But that's media today, dude.
Oh yeah.
Anything to get somebody to click and watch, and the longer they watch, the more recycled it gets and thrown back out and regurgitated. It's all garbage. So I cannot believe that happened. These are two women that they hate each other. They don't hate each other. They respect each other.
They're just competitive.
They're competitors.
They're doing what they're doing.
They've been playing against each other for a long time. Angel Reese obviously thinks she's the best player in women's college basketball, as she should. Caitlin Clark thinks that she's the best. You know what I mean? That's the way you should carry yourself if you're going to compete. You should always think, this is the best sports podcast out today.
Oh, always.
This is how it is. Yeah. That's how it is. And if we don't think that way, then we ain't gonna be shit. You know what I mean? It's just that's how you have to present yourself when you're, not that we're competing, but just in general, like when you do something, you've got to have that mindset that you're number one.
I mean, because after that very first podcast I did, I had people back at my job. Man, you guys, that was awesome. I like, you guys talking about sports. I'm like,
and that's what it needs to be. I can't get chat to work today. I'm a little tore up about that. But let's see here. I don't know. That's not what I need. I don't know why chat wants to be a pain in my ass. But
I guess I can check.
Everything is, and it could be nobody talking.
We got one comment.
Could be nobody talking. Could be people saying, "I know." Is it Braden Lloyd?
I'm trying. I'm waiting now.
Is it Braden? Braden,
No, it's Kyle Wampler.
So I said Saturday when we were on, I said, Khalil Ware's not leaving IU. There's no reason for him to leave IU. Another year in college, that dude's a stud. He's going to go be a middle to high first-round draft pick in the NBA. He's got another year at IU. He's coming back. That front court's staying the way it is. Braden said, nah, he's out. He's projected a late first-round pick. He's out. And today confirmed Khalil Ware is leaving IU. So
Braden already. Thanks, Kyle. Kyle just sent me a message. He's like, hey. My shit is broken. Actually, I don't even think it's my internet. But, whatever, right? But yeah, Khalil Ware leaving IU. Braden texted me. He said, I don't want to say I told you so.
Yeah.
I'm like, you didn't text me because you didn't want to say I told you so, motherfucker. Like, I get it, okay? Fair enough.
Kyle asks, think Indiana can beat South Carolina?
Do I think Indiana women's basketball can beat South Carolina? Short answer, no.
That was the hottest team in women's basketball.
Dude, they're so good. They're so good. I don't think Iowa can beat South Carolina. I don't think anybody can beat South Carolina.
Bitches are strong.
I love their coach. I love what she's done to build. They are churning out professional product every year. Yeah. What did they have? Like 4 people in last year's draft?
Yeah, 4.
Like, I think it was 4 girls in last year's draft.
It probably was. I think it is. 4.
I know the number 1 overall was Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
Proud in Indiana now, number 7. God, I'm learning so much about the Fever. This is the Caitlin Clark effect. This right here is the Caitlin Clark. Bet your ass I'll be in the stands next year. Oh, at one point or another.
Be right there fucking with you.
Wish she drains one, but talk to me. I cannot wait, dude.
That fucking entire place.
It's going to explode, baby. Let's go. I love everything about it for women's basketball, for Caitlin herself. And it's like I said, she made the comment the other day that the women's tournament more interesting than the men's tournament. And I'll be honest with you, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the thing about the women's tournament, it's always this way. It's very predictable.
But very. I mean,
you don't get Cinderellas.
Fuck no. You're always getting at least 3 number 1s in the final 4.
Yeah, you don't. But I mean, the action is the games are really good. The matchups are really good. You don't get a lot of publicity for women's college basketball throughout the year until you get to tournament time, unless you have Caitlin Clark on your team.
Yeah, that's
fact. So what's nice about the women's tournament is you start getting all these powerhouse women's teams matching up together. It's on national TV. People start to see it.
Yeah,
it's great. This men's tournament, dude, I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed, and I'll be honest with you. Like, it's going to be a great finish. I don't know what else can happen though that will really knock my socks off. I mean, NC State is your low seed. NC State, the ACC champion. NC State is your low seed. Now they're in 11, but I mean, they're still they won the ACC that conference tournament that had North Carolina, Duke, Clemson. NC State won that bitch. By the way, all 4 of those teams. Still in the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Still in the tournament. The ACC representing. How many ACC teams? Is it just those 4 left, or did I miss one? I got Marquette's Big East. Yep. So 4 teams still for the Sweet 16 representing the ACC: Clemson and North Carolina State. 2 of the 3 teams that by seeding don't belong. Other than that, you've got when you're looking at 1s through 4s, which most of them are this year, NC State, the exception to the 11 seed, Clemson, a 6 seed. What's the other one? Where's it? San Diego State, the 5 seed.
There you go.
The 5 seed. There hasn't been one thing I know about what I experienced betting this tournament in the first 2 rounds was you got all those monster spreads. The plus 26.5s, the Purdue, Connecticut, and every one of them covered.
Hit.
Every one of them covered, with the exception of Oakland and Kentucky.
Yeah. And after all that, it got to the point that a guy I know, all them covers hit and the fucking unders hit. Yeah. Just because the opposing team couldn't score enough points. You got 90 to 40 or 50 something.
Right. Who's playing their best basketball right now? Of the Sweet 16 that are left, who's playing their best basketball right now?
If I had to pick.
I've got 2. I got 1. I have 3.
I hate to say it. No, I don't even want to say that one.
You have to say it, though.
I don't want to say it, man.
You have to.
God.
They haven't played anybody.
No, they haven't.
But you have to say Purdue. You have to. Dude, Zach Edey looks like a man possessed right now.
He does.
He does.
Absolutely. It's just like.
He is absolutely dominating.
God, it hurts me to say it.
It does.
It hurts me to
kills
say
me.
it. But yeah, he's fucking dude.
They weren't one of my two. Simply because, I mean, none of these teams have really played anybody. I mean, Connecticut got a big win over Northwestern.
Yeah. It was actually surprising me.
Gonzaga looks really good.
And that was our conversation talking like think they're done? Like Zag is just no the hell they're not.
Nope. Now what Gonzaga's done is absolutely dominated a McNeese team that was supposed to be really good coming in. Everybody thought McNeese was going to come in and do some work in the tournament. Gonzaga made quick work of them and then turn around and beat a Kansas team that's very injury beat up.
Yeah.
McCullers Jr. out, Dickinson banged up. But they've done the job. I mean, they won those games by 20 plus. Dominant fashion. Purdue Gonzaga is going to be really good. It's going to be a really good basketball game.
I wonder what the spread is on that. Well, not even a man.
Well, give me a second, and I'll get you. National championship rematch. Last year's national championship game, UConn and San Diego State. Rematch right here in the Sweet 16 in the East region. So, a good Sweet 16. I mean, there's a lot.
Remember their ranks last year?
San Diego State, I believe, was a 5 seed, and I believe UConn was a 1.
Was it? Okay, 5. Yeah.
I don't quote me on that. I could be very wrong. But let me see here. Let's go to Thursday. All right. Connecticut is an 11-point favorite over San Diego State in a national championship rematch. Let's see here. Gonzaga. Purdue's a 5.5-point favorite over Gonzaga. And hard to argue with that.
No, I'll take Purdue.
I hate it. I hate talking about it. Houston's a 4-point favorite over Duke.
I think Duke can beat Houston. Even in my main, I had Houston being the first number 1 to get beat.
We did, but man, did you see that first of all, that Texas A&M game was a gem. You watched that.
Yes.
We watched that together. What a gem. I mean, you called it the last shot of regulation. Perfect pass, perfect catch and shoot. Just, I mean, more of a pickup and shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what a moment. I mean, that's what this tournament's made of. Is moments like that. Moments like Goat K going off against Kentucky. Moments like I don't even know. It's just those type of moments, those type of scenarios where you gotta, all right, we're going to overtime. You know, those type of games. That's just what this tournament's made of. I just hate to say that there hasn't been a lot of them.
No.
As far as like the close games go. None of these super underdogs, with the exception again of like Oakland, who beat Kentucky and damn near got out of the NC State game with a win. But other than those guys, none of these teams are putting up a fight.
No, because it's like it ain't how I'm used to watching college basketball games where, fuck, dude, man, you got to make a free throws to win.
Yeah,
none of that. It's just ass whippings.
None of it. It's a lot of ass whippings. Yeah. And here I'm trying to make my bets upset proof. Like I've got Duquesne plus 15.5 against Illinois, and they're down 20 at halftime.
Crazy.
Like what? This is the same team that went in and beat BYU handily. Not saying BYU's like a college basketball mecca or anything, but
the Mormon.
Yeah, but Michigan State gave North Carolina all they could handle for a while. But ended up losing that game by quite a bit. I sweat that one because I had UNC money line in that one. Sweat it because I was like, man, I bet against Izzo. We said specifically don't bet against Izzo.
I mean, not at least the first round. I mean, that first round, there's no fucking way I'm doing that.
No. So we got eight basketball games coming up Thursday. Friday, and yeah. Like I said,
I'm off Thursday.
You're off Thursday.
Yeah. It was a day for college basketball. Plus, it's my dad's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't want to be at work for all that.
I don't blame you. How was working Thursday of the first round?
Honestly, I wasn't as busy as what I thought.
Yeah.
But it did make the day go by faster. Like once 2 o'clock comes around and all the servers leave when I'm by myself. Shit.
I didn't go anywhere near a bar.
I just literally. I told people, I'm like, if you need something, just yell at me because
I watched BYU Duquesne here. I watched Michigan and Mississippi State here. Then errands. Then I went home, gotta do laundry.
Yeah.
You gotta do all shit. And I'm watching basketball, folding clothes. You know what I mean? I got a 13-year-old folding little shorty shorts and shit. Watching basketball. Manly shit, you know what I mean?
That's how Friday was for me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go nowhere, but I mean I did. But dude, oh my God.
I don't want a public right now. The last thing I want to do is public with people. I got no desire to do any of that. So you tell me there's a bunch of people. Yeah, I walked into work Sunday night, and you were there.
Sunday was the
loudest place
Sunday was a bitch
I've ever been to, and I'm happy that it's tournament time and everybody's excited. But oh my God, and to think that I went there for money.
Yeah.
To think that I would volunteer to go there and use my free time on that. No.
Oh, yeah, babe. I'm pretty sure you're watching. Yeah, that's why Sunday when you're trying to get a hold of me, I was passed out because, dude, that day was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Everybody was, I'm just like, oh, my God. I was like, I'm going to miss half of afternoon games because I was freaking drunk.
Everybody's drunk.
I'm just like,
everybody's drunk.
Dude, it's fucking 2 o'clock and probably almost had 7 shots. It's 2 freaking o'clock. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is stupid.
No thanks. I can't. I got shit to do. I can drink late. I can day drink if I've got to plan it out carefully.
Yeah.
And make sure with my wife, okay, you promise that you're not going to spring anything on me tonight. No responsibilities. I'm not going to be worth the damn. You promise.
Yeah.
And most oftentimes I'll be right in the middle of a good day drunk. And she's like, so I was thinking. And that's why I stay the fuck home. That's why I do that.
Makes sense.
We're going to go through these 8 basketball games that are occurring over the next couple of days of tournament action, starting UConn, San Diego State. Can the magic continue for the 5-seeded San Diego State? Just say no.
No.
Just say no. Just say no. Actually,
think about no.
We're searching now, so we're gonna look at lines as we go through these. The Aztecs are an 11-point underdog. That's going to be hard to. It would be hard to bet UConn minus 11 in the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
in the Sweet 16 against a team and a coach who was just in the national championship game last year, who knows this situation.
And for that reason,
I would be hard pressed to bet UConn with this, minus 11.
Yeah,
but I'm still taking UConn straight up to win this basketball game. Illinois and Iowa State might be one of the best games of the week.
ISU.
The Cyclones. Let's look at where we at here on Illinois and Iowa State. I wish they organized these things better on these betting apps. They don't. There we go. Look at that. Cyclones are a 1-point favorite.
Ooh,
that's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I like the Cyclones. ISU. Anybody that dominates Houston by 30 in the Big 12 championship game. Yeah. No. I'm for you for a while. Unk and Bama. Bama scores a lot of points.
Yes, they do.
They score a lot of points. They play a fast brand of basketball. Having said that, the Bama Grand Canyon game was one of the sloppiest things I've ever watched.
Dude.
I mean, absolutely sloppy.
I was bitching the entire time. I'm like, how the hell does Indiana State not make it in the tournament after watching that?
Oh, there's so much of this shit.
Dude, what the hell is this shit?
That we watched. And we can't get Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in this tournament?
Dude.
Robbie Avila deserves to be playing basketball in this tournament.
Absolutely he does.
I mean, I would bet that they were probably done by now, But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, God, what were the nicknames they shared with this dude? There's so many of them. It was something. It was a Wilt Chamberlain name, and I can't remember what it was. I want to say they just straight out come out and said White Chamberlain, but I mean, I gotta give this a quick Google because some of these were pretty good, and they made this absolutely just made it part of. There it is, right there. There it is. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Nerd or Larry Blurred.
Larry Blurred.
Yeah, and that's just an Indiana State reference. College Jokic, fair. Milk Chamberlain is what it was. Milk Chamberlain. Yeah.
Then it was so fun to watch that kid play. It's just like,
yeah.
I'm like, really slow.
Oh yeah,
but he can ball out though.
That's Jokic.
It is.
I mean, that's
Jokic. It's Luka.
Yeah,
slower shit. Yeah,
Luka can. Is he slow though?
Luka is not fast off the first step. He backs you down and step back. I mean, his step back's it's even slow.
It is slow. it's slow. You know that? All right. You ever played on the playground and you had that 5'4", 310-pound man that could back you down and could shoot threes like you wouldn't believe. Mm-hmm. You just look at this guy and you're like, you're bearded, you're drunk, and you can't miss.
No.
Everybody's seen that guy on the playground.
You always want. I'm like, oh my God, there's a couple threes for this game.
That's Luka with talent.
Oh,
Lucas, that's what his step back reminds me of. Is that guy just? And I'm like, how did that go in?
You can't block this shit.
How did that go in? How did you make that?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, that's literally hey.
No disrespect to Luka though.
Speak, just short. It's almost how my dad played ball.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't quick off the dribble or nothing like that, but all 5'6" or 5'5" of them find somewhere to back your ass down and shoot that fucking high ass fadeaway shot. Like, I swear to God, I think I've only blocked his shot maybe twice in my entire life.
Crazy. There you go. See, that's why Luka's an all-star.
Yeah.
That fadeaway. But anyway, I gotta go UNC. They're playing decently well. I think Bama's going to be a challenge because, like I said, Bama can score a lot of points. But I gotta go UNC there. Clemson and Arizona. We've been Arizona the whole way.
Yeah.
We've been Arizona the whole way. Now, Clemson's played really well, but
no, I'm Zona.
The road ends here. What is the line on that Clemson game? I got to know, though. The Fairfield Stags, by the way, are 7-point underdogs to the Seattle Redhawks tonight. That's got to be that's a CBI game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clemson is a... Man, either I can't read. Oh, it's the very first one. Okay. Clemson's a 7.5-point dog to Arizona. Makes sense. The one I'm interested in right now, the Houston Cougars going up against Duke. Houston and Duke. Houston's a 4-point favorite. Duke is Duke. I think 4 is a little too small for me to take. Yeah. I think I'm going Houston -4, or I'll probably move it to 3.5 because even numbers suck in gambling. But Duke can win that game, though.
They can.
Duke can win that game. But like I said, Houston looks good. They're dominating. Of course, they've dominated Longwood. They look really good. A&M. I felt like A&M held on.
I'm going to...
For dear life in that game.
I'm going to stick with my original pick.
You're going to go Duke?
I think Houston, that would be the first one that's out.
You're going Duke? All right.
You ain't got to do it. That's just my gut.
I know.
My gut.
Look at my bitch ass. I wrote both on the line. Houston and Duke. I wrote both of them on the line. I don't even know if you guys could see that in the camera.
Experience, man.
North Carolina State and Marquette.
Oh, God,
Yeah, you got to go Marquette there. Marquette is a 6.5-point favorite. North Carolina State's played really well. Dude, I did that perfectly. I didn't realize that. I just saw it on the delayed feed there. I put that in the camera perfectly.
Wow.
That just, you can't teach that. You can't teach that. That's just something you end up with out of sheer luck. I got to go Marquette. And this is a Marquette team. I'll remind myself of, last week when we did this before the start of the tournament, when I thought Marquette could go down in the first round to that Western Kentucky Hilltoppers team. When they were down 7 points at halftime to that Western Kentucky team. Did I tell you what happened to me in this game?
No.
I had Western Kentucky plus 13.5. They were down, or they were up 7 points at halftime. I did not hit that bet.
Oh, shit.
They were up 7 at halftime. Marquette wins the game by 18. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Damn. So that second half of basketball has me thinking Marquette's your eventual champion here. All right, I said Illinois and Iowa State. If one of these two games would be the game of the day, Purdue and Gonzaga.
5.5.
Does Gonzaga have anybody that can stop Zach Edey?
No.
Does anybody have anybody that can stop Zach Edey?
No.
No?
Not the way he's playing right now. Hell no.
No.
Your best bet is to get that sumbitch in foul trouble.
Right. How you do that? How you do that?
I
mean, he can just reach over and block your shot.
Don't have to fucking move.
He doesn't have to get in your way.
No.
Like,
I mean, but
when he went and got stronger, it became deadly. Because 2 years ago, you were like, yeah, he's big and tall, and he's somewhat talented, but he's weak. And last year, he was a little bit stronger, and it was like, all right, there's some improvement. This year, he's a fucking monster.
Dude, how do you stop 7'5", 300 fucking pounds?
Right. Right. And just the dorkiest stare I've ever seen in my life. This dude looks like he's in a chess club. He really
thinking about his next food, thinking about 10 moves ahead. So
right. The Boilers. Yeah. There they are. The Boilers. I didn't even spell it right. That's the amount of disrespect I put on that. I didn't even spell it right. Creighton and Tennessee. Dalton Knecht balling out for the Volunteers.
Yeah.
I think Tennessee was the one I picked to eliminate Purdue in the Elite Eight. Yeah. So I'm going Tennessee. I did not love the way they looked against Texas, but I'm going to give credit to Texas because that's a program with a really good coach. But I like Tennessee to meet Purdue. So now, let's look here. What we have picked is 1 versus 2. 1 versus 2. We'll say Houston for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
1 versus 2. 1 versus 2.
This is not.
The whole way.
Does not happen. I'm like.
The whole way. And historically, this doesn't happen.
Yeah. It don't happen.
Historically, this doesn't happen. And there's 100 different ways you can see these next 8 games going. 100 different ways.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, we talk about the Elite Eight, the next 12 games over this week. But you got 1 versus 2 the whole way. And I mean, it's anomalous for this tournament. It never happens.
No.
This is an exception year where we're getting, it looks like the women's tournament.
Yeah.
Almost predictable. What I wanted was James Madison to come out and be the same team that beat Wisconsin. They dominated Wisconsin. They made Wisconsin look like a serious underdog. I wanted to see that team make a couple of games.
That was one of the games. Yeah, I did a parlay with James Madison.
But nobody
ass whipped.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Ass
Duke handed it to him.
Damn.
I had JMU plus 15.5. And they were down 20 plus at halftime. And it's just been, like I said, all these monster spreads. And a lot of these, like, the spread on that game was like 7.5. I moved it to 15.5 and parlayed it with other shit just to create an upset proof bet that should hit. And you can't get 15.5.
That's crazy.
I mean,
because I bought it at 10.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But all these monster spreads that these favorites are getting, They're covering.
They're covering it, and it's great.
They're covering every one of them.
And thus, discussion become why this tournament has been fucking boring.
I'm telling you,
and it's
dude.
just like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of these games aren't even good.
No,
you know, UConn Northwestern, not good. San Diego State Yale, not good. Duquesne Illinois, not even close. Iowa State Washington, don't even recall it happening.
I don't know.
UNC Michigan State, good for the first 20 minutes. Gulf Coast and Bama, sloppiest game of basketball I've ever seen.
God.
Clemson Baylor. This one, don't remember.
Don't. I was like,
Arizona and Dayton. Dayton gave Arizona a game for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, because we're, that's what we're discussing. I'm like, well, here, anybody plays for Dayton, everybody's got to shoot fucking threes just because.
Right. A&M and Houston was one of the better games of basketball I've watched ever.
Yeah.
Duke and JMU was a blowout. NC State and Oakland was a good game. Had me sweating. Colorado Marquette. Marquette handled them pretty easily. Yep. Purdue and Utah State, not even close. Zaga, Kansas, not even close at the end. Oregon and Creighton, don't even remember it happening. Texas, Tennessee was pretty good. But, I just need more monumental moments. The only game that I distinctly remember from the second round was Houston and A&M. That's one of the better basketball games I've ever watched, not just in this tournament, but ever. First round game that I remember the most was Colorado, Florida. What a game.
Oh, yeah, dude.
What a game. Again, no defense. No defense, but what a game. So, do we have a snoozer on our hands? I mean, we just made picks with all the first and second round information available to us. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 in the Elite Eight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Fine. Get some of the marquee program. And I would almost be more excited about this if I liked the way the tournament was seeded. I think the way the tournament's seeded is bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't think these are the best 8 teams in college basketball. But here we are. So.
Yeah, snooze. Gonna watch just because, it's March Madness.
Yeah.
Gonna watch.
March. What did I? Oh, yeah. March Madness. I was trying to remember what I titled the episode. March Disturbance. Wouldn't call it mad. More of a disturbance. But I did have a couple of guys get on the post and say, we like seeing the big teams go. Like, the upsets are cute in the first round, whatever. We like seeing the big dogs go through go deep into the tournament. And for me, I love a Cinderella, man. I love a Cinderella. I want to see St. Peter's University ain't got no fucking facilities. Gym leaks, locker room leaks. They got to replace the subfloor and all that shit to even bring it up to code. But they scrapped together 10 jerseys and went out and beat fucking Purdue. I want to see that shit.
Yeah.
I want to see what team was it that played North Carolina? Wagner. I want to see those guys. Shit. 7 players. 7 players.
No rest.
7 fucking subs. Players. Bro, what are you playing, Hauser?
For real.
You playing Hauser High School? No disrespect to Hauser.
None.
2012 state champions, but in Class A.
Oh, yeah, they were good.
Not with the big dogs.
No.
Not with the big dogs. Good basketball team. They're not beating Carmel.
No. No.
It's just that's the shit I like to see though. I wish Indiana still had the 1-class high school basketball tournament. I remember those days. My first 2 years of high school was still the 1-class basketball tournament. I remember those.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 97 I believe was the first year of the multi-class basketball. Yeah. 1 class, man. You talk about Edinburgh or Waldron. Waldron is like a village. It's not a neighborhood. It's not a town. Waldron's like a village out there towards Shelbyville somewhere that you have to find with a compass.
Yeah.
coming to Columbus North to play against Columbus North. Columbus North could fit more people in its student section than that live in Waldron.
Dude, fucking crazy.
And yeah, that's the shit I like. I like watching the little guy. And it's because I'm from India. I love the movie Hoosiers. The Milan Indians.
Oh, yeah.
Milan Indians. Again, you know, those type of stories are the type of stories in basketball that I live for. And
who doesn't love a Cinderella?
Right.
Who doesn't?
Wants to see a little guy get paid. Let's see these. That's how you develop your program. I mean, some of these powerhouse programs weren't always powerhouse programs. Gonzaga, guess what? They got famous in the tournament. They've been there 24 straight times.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't know who the hell they were.
Only longer active streak. Who's the school?
Active streak.
Only longer active streak of NCAA tournament appearances. Gonzaga's number 2. Who's number 1?
Kansas.
No.
Shit.
Big Ten. Never against Izzo.
Never
bet against Izzo.
See, all right, if I would have thought, I would have thought Michigan State would be number 1.
They are.
Well, okay. I mean,
Gonzaga's number 2.
Switch that.
Oh, okay.
Since that long run,
right.
I think let me switch that. Zag would be the longest. Michigan State would be number 2.
Right. Yeah, because it's not hard to win Gonzaga's bullshit conference. I mean, now St. Mary's is good, so it's a little harder to win that conference. I'm no disrespect.
Never.
I think it's called. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, Michigan State, and they were the last Big Ten team to win it all. The year 2000, the Big Ten hasn't won a national title in men's basketball.
God damn,
since
it's been that long.
2000. Mateen Cleaves, boy.
Shit.
Dustin and I were talking about it the other day. Dustin was like 8 when it happened, so he don't know shit about Mateen Cleaves. All right, no. You kind of look like him.
Damn, what the hell? Didn't I just get Jacoby Brissett like a week ago?
Hey, you need to pull up Mateen Cleaves, though. You need to pull up Mateen Cleaves. We're going to do it side by side. God, they're going to call me a racist. It's not the case. That's not the case.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I see the similarities, though. Mateen Cleaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Look at that picture. That's a young Reggie Brown.
Shut up, dude.
Mateen Cleaves, boy. I only remember that because it was during a heyday when Michigan State was winning the national championship. The Indiana Pacers were in the NBA Finals. Lots going on around that time. I
don't want to use that picture.
I was 19 years old. I was 19 years old.
Side by side.
What we doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to make sure I do this right. I need the help. All right. I got to make sure I do this right. Here we go. That's a young Reggie Brown. Right there. I remember that Reggie Brown playing basketball for the Smith Sonics. for the Smith Sonics. I remember that guy playing ball for the Smith Sonics. It's good stuff.
That's crazy. I just seen my old head coach from Smith,
Mike Ketron.
Yeah, he came in the 4th Street. And he was talking. I don't know who he was with, but he was like, yeah, I used to coach this kid when he was like this. I'm like, you didn't even recognize me from 5th to 6th grade. He was like, yeah, that's true. I'm like, yeah, I went from like 5, whatever, the 5'11". I had facial hair.
Because my brother played with you at Smith. And my brother was 6 feet tall, just like me in the 6th grade. So it was fun. Like,
hard to stop people.
Corey and I had the same story. Like, elementary basketball was easy because nobody was even close to as tall as we were.
No, I mean, That's what I said. I was crazy that, how I shot up quick. But, yeah. Going from there to junior high school, I was bigger than everybody. Come high school, nope. Everybody just...
They weren't bigger than me in high school, but they were as big as me, which was new for me. I didn't deal with that a lot in middle school and never in elementary school. Except for I went to elementary school with KB Hearn. You know KB?
If I seen.
He's
sounds so familiar, yeah.
He's a big, tall guy like me. I went to elementary school with him. And, it was me and him and then a bunch of fucking midgets.
Yeah, because
elementary school.
Yeah, even in middle school, they had me playing power forward and shit like that. I'm like, what? Because I think the only other guy that was who was bigger than me was Ben Stevens.
Yeah.
Because, it was me, him, Brandon Hartwell. I mean, we had a squad in our junior high school basketball team.
CMS.
Freaking Terriers back then, baby.
Terriers, man. The Terriers. Oh, hell. All right, man. So now that we have all this new information, where are you going? Who's your national champion? Still sticking with Arizona?
Yep.
That's still your team?
Still going with Zona.
All right. So
even though I know my daughter ain't going to like that because, hell, her bracket's doing better than mine, and she's got UConn going all the way.
She's got UConn?
Yeah.
That's a sexy pick. It's a sexy pick to pick UConn. I want to update everybody on the Armchair Waterboys podcast bracket challenge that is apparently presented by AT&T. If you check on the application, now everybody who has the app can obviously check these standings too. But in this room with me is the man who is currently in last place in this challenge, and it is me, it is him. I am the guy. Now, what I will say in my own defense is that I still have 3 Final Four teams left. Okay? I lost my only Final Four team in the first round to the biggest upset in this entire tournament. So, that's my fault. That's my fault for taking Kentucky to the Final Four. Honestly. I should pay for that.
I'm in 9th.
I got 2 games right in the entirety of the South region. 2. And it's over for me. I have no more dog in that fight. I got 2 games right out of the 15 games in the South region. I got 2 of them correct.
Damn.
Yeah. That's bad. Because look at this. I got ambitious, right?
Yeah.
Like Houston, and I had Nebraska. I had Wisconsin. I got Duke right. And then Texas Tech, Kentucky, Florida, Western Kentucky. I should have went Colorado. I should have in Dustin We Trusted. I didn't do that. And then, like I said, all those teams: Nebraska, Wisconsin, UK, Florida. My regional semifinal. Nah, none of that. None of that. So that South region really, really killing my bracket. But like I said, I've still got 3 Final Four teams left. Yeah. So this weekend here will be what makes it. Now, Reg, where are you at? Are you up near the top?
I'm 9th.
You're 9th. Okay, all by yourself in 9th. Okay. Got Andy Everode ahead of you, but he's got Baylor winning it all. He's done.
Yeah.
Let's see. Everybody else still has their champion in.
UConn. Yep.
Yeah. There's only 2 people that have lost their champion. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting. Let's see. Where's Dustin? Dustin's up in 6th. Tied. 3-way tie for 6th. Yeah. So, and of course, the Armchair Waterboys bracket, the one that we did together, where is that guy? That's down in 11th. Okay. So you and Dustin are both beating our collective bracket, which means only that I am bringing the group down. That's what that means. I am the one bringing the group down. It is me. Hey, listen, I only hope for Cinderellas. I just want to see something cool happen for a small program out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I really wanted Grambling to beat Purdue.
That's God tough.
When's the next time a 16 will be to 1? I mean, is it going to be years before we see it again? Or is there I have thought the parity in college basketball was shrinking. These teams were closer together than they were back in the day. And then this year, like I said, with all the one seeds, these monster spreads, which never happens.
I think you're probably right. It's going to be a while.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's I mean, it's just everything. Everybody that was supposed to be dominant was dominant. And it's wild because you just never see that. You never see that. There's always somebody who shits the bed, and then a small school comes from out of nowhere, and they're in the Sweet 16. You got Florida Gulf Coast. You know, them days.
Fucking right.
What Loyola
Marymount or whatever.
Loyola, was it Loyola, Illinois, or Loyola Marymount, or I can't remember who it was. But yeah,
just had enough problems saying it. Leon, I'm like, who the hell is that? Where the hell are they from?
Well, there's like 4 of them, and who knows where it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, we'll anticipate the Sweet 16 and Elite 8. I will be back. We'll be back in here Saturday. Saturday. We'll be back here, and it'll depend on who.
Well, that golf tournament Saturday, right? You're not playing in that, though.
I'm not playing in that.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not golfing. You playing golf Saturday?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For the
cat prom.
The cat prom thing.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well,
got Reggie, some ringers.
Reggie will not be here Saturday. Reggie's going to go hit the long ball. What's your drive? About 330, 340?
Average, yes, but
what?
Yeah.
Your average drive is 330, 340.
No. I'd say about 300.
Okay. I was going to say, no. I'll give you, you can rip off a couple of three, get into the low threes, mid threes.
I did that,
with some wind and a cart path bounce.
No, I did that one tournament we did out at Timbergate.
Yeah.
I was playing with Nate. It was on that back par 5, the one that's right next to the highway.
Yeah.
Oh, I caught something good. I shit you not. When I hit it, I'm like, where'd the ball go? Nate looked at me. He was like, just wait.
Just wait.
Just wait. You know, get everybody else's ball. And I'm like, Nate, where the fuck is my ball? And he was like, bruh, just wait. Still going. I'm like, dude, how fucking far was that? Shit you not. 360.
What'd you do? Hit the path?
I can rip, man. I just wish I could do it.
I want to see it in person.
You know what? I'll have somebody record me on that back par 5.
I want to see it in person.
Dude, I can rip.
Because I can't talk shit. I'm not good at golf.
I'm not saying I'm good, but I can rip off the tee, man.
I can rip off the tee. If you like tee shots that start off looking beautiful and then absolutely take a hard right turn towards Seymour, Indiana, if that's the kind of tee shot you're into, dog legs right, you want me on your team for a dog leg right. You do. Because I'm gonna go around that corner.
Hey, that's which hole is that? 1, 2. That's the 3rd hole out of Clifton Creek. It's a little dog leg right.
Absolutely, it is.
And you can make that green off the tee too.
Absolutely, you can.
There you go.
I have never made that green off the tee. Just so you know.
No shit.
No.
Wow. No. I go for it every time. Hole 2 and hole 3, I'm going for the green every damn time.
Hole 2 is a nice, good straight shot.
Yeah.
Down with the tree line. And I'll end up back on one's fairway.
I've done that before.
Every time.
Trying to get there.
Every time.
Trying to overpower a 3 and then just...
Shout out Timbergate Golf Course, Edinburgh, Indiana. This has been the Armchair Waterboys podcast. Reg, we're getting down here, man.
Yep.
Let's go.
Got it. Peace.